E. Restrict mining operations on the outer moons of Zephyros to preserve its ecosystem. Simple? Lena retorted, leaning forward. Simple would be, why do you think that way? It was a question asked in frustration, desperation, and, finally, awe. The Galactic Assembly was a place of calculated precision. Every species from the farthest corners of the cosmos came together in unity to debate policies, establish trade, and resolve conflicts. It was the epitome of diplomacy and reason, until humanity joined. Humans were the outliers. Their behavior was unpredictable, their strategies erratic, and their logic baffling. For centuries, the Assembly had thrived on consensus, but the arrival of the Terran delegation threw the system into chaos. Ambassador Lena Rourke sat at her station, her fingers tapping an impatient rhythm on the polished surface. Her colleagues, a Travaxi negotiator with iridescent scales and a Crixan diplomat whose gelatinous form pulsed with shifting hues, watched her warily. The motion is simple, the Travaxi said, his voice smooth and calming. We finding a way to mine sustainably without shutting down operations. You're proposing we stifle an entire economy without exploring alternatives. The Crixan emitted a low hum, a sound that translated roughly to disapproval. Humans always complicate matters. Lena's lips quirked into a smile. We complicate because life is complicated. Let's find a better solution. The room erupted into murmurs as it often did when humans spoke. Their insistence on nuance and exploration of possibilities was exhausting to many species. Yet even the most skeptical delegates had to admit humanity's unconventional thinking had solved problems once deemed insurmountable. The turning point came during negotiations over the Valtor Accord, meant to regulate the use of interstellar resources. For decades, the Assembly had debated the terms, but every draft ended in deadlock. Treaty. Lena was the newest member of the Terran delegation when she inherited the monumental task of breaking the impasse. The seasoned diplomats chuckled at her enthusiasm, warning her that the Valtor Accord had defeated negotiators far more experienced than her. Undeterred, Lena began her work. She pored over centuries of records, dissecting arguments and counterarguments. She sought out the perspectives of every species involved, asking questions that made her colleagues groan and roll their eyes. Why not use symbiotic harvesting techniques? She asked during one session, addressing the opposing factions. A silence fell over the chamber. The concept was radical, untested, and, most importantly, never before considered. Explain, the Travaxi delegate demanded, his scales darkening in curiosity. Lena outlined her idea, a system where resource extraction would not deplete ecosystems but enhance them. It was a delicate balance of technology and biology, a gamble that required trust and cooperation.